Hey there, and happy Saturday. First Alert meteorologist Isaac Williams here, checking in on Atlanta News First Plus. We have a lot to talk about with the weather, of course. All eyes on tomorrow's First Alert weather day. We have cold, and we have possible snow on the way to parts of the state. It's a holiday weekend, lots of travel, and snow is more likely in areas you may not think. Usually it's always the Georgia mountains, but in this case, there is an exception to that rule, and we're looking at the best chance of snow south of metro Atlanta tomorrow. We're going to jump right in here this morning. Look over the airport. We had some fog earlier. Now we just have a mostly cloudy sky and even some clearing beginning to happen. And we should see some sunshine a little bit later on today before the clouds return this evening, overnight, and of course into Sunday. The latest on First Alert radar, we had some rain come through before sunrise this morning, and that is now dissipated and off to the east. But the front responsible is stalling out, and that's important because we have another wave of moisture kind of settling up back to the west. Notice some rain already breaking out into portions of Louisiana and far southeast Texas. That's going to be our next weather maker sliding in tonight and into Sunday. And then also note a lot of blue to the north of us, scattered snow showers through the Midwest, and that is the cold air, of course, that's coming down into Georgia as well. So here is the latest Futurecast model. This model here, we have lots of them to look at, and all of them say something different. We're going to go over a couple of them with you, but I think this is the most reasonable expectation as to what may happen. So some scattered rain this evening, and then as we get into the overnight hours, some of that cold air gets here, and then we're looking at 6 a.m. Sunday, some snow beginning in areas near Thomaston potentially and Columbus. Could it start a little sooner? Yes, but I think right around daybreak tomorrow is when the best chance of some of that steadier snow begins to move in. I'll fast forward it to 8 o'clock and notice no blue over Atlanta, so we are cloudy here, but where we have rain in far east Georgia, so Statesboro, and then transitioning to snow in Macon, then light snow a little bit to the north of there, and then maybe some flurries to nothing. That transition zone is still very much up in the air. Our confidence is highest in that we will see some light snow accumulation in our far southern counties, especially closer to Macon tomorrow morning. Will we see flurries in Atlanta? I think there is a possibility of that. I'd say at least 50-50. But remember, flurries is not the same thing as accumulating snow. So make sure to make that differentiation. We are not forecasting accumulating snow and travel disrupting snow in the city. But moving toward Macon, though, we could see an inch of snow, which again, by Georgia standards is quite a bit. So we could see some issues farther south. But up here in metro Atlanta, other than some flurries, mainly south of I-85, that should be the extent. Going to 10 a.m., we're starting to run out of moisture at this point, and then notice that system quickly lifts off to the east, and we are looking at things quieting down quickly as we move into Sunday afternoon. And then that cold front Sunday night, that's our next cold shot of air that's arriving by the time we get to early next week. So as we look at kind of the overall talking points here of tomorrow's setup, there is a very limited opportunity for winter precip. It's very hard to get it to snow anywhere in the state of Georgia, even in the winter months. So basically we have the cold air and the moisture overlapping for just a couple of hours tomorrow morning. This is not your classic southeast snow setup. We don't have super cold air to the north and east, thankfully, and we don't have lots of Gulf moisture kind of coming in from the south and west. We're also dealing with borderline surface temperatures, and what that means is even down toward Macon, the temperature is going to be around 32-ish degrees, which of course will allow something to freeze if it does happen, but our crippling snow events that we've seen in recent years, the temperature has been down at 25 to 28 degrees, and things are a lot different when we're looking at that type of thing. So we're looking at a bit more borderline. Having said that, the snow can happen, and it can snow hard enough even for 30 minutes to an hour to create a quick dusting or even a half an inch of snow in spots. So that's what we're looking at. Of course, bridges and overpasses are most susceptible to seeing that, but that's what we're kind of looking at overall. This is what we're looking at, too, with the best chance of any sort of accumulating snow in our viewing area farther south. I'm looking at you folks down in Upson, Jasper, and Putnam counties for sure, but farther to the north, again, flurries is possible as far north as I-85 and I-20, but accumulation is going to be most likely farther south. Again, that winter weather advisory from the National Weather Service has been issued for Upson, Jasper and Putnam counties. This includes Thomaston, and this includes Eatonton and near Lake Oconee. We might see another row of counties added to this. We have seen a slight, ever so slight shift northward in the models. So it's not out of the question, but we'll be bringing you the very latest here on ANF Plus inside the First Alert Weather app as well, if and when any changes to that advisory happen. Our overall forecast is not changing and has been very steady the past few days. Highs tomorrow, too. It is a First Alert Weather day, not just for that snow in the southern spots, but also cold. The wind chill's not going to get above freezing tomorrow, and highs will be in the 30s to near 40 degrees. Here's another model. So this one shows similar to what the one I showed you earlier. Here's 6 a.m. and notice it's got some light snow as far north as Griffin and over toward Eatonton. Macon certainly seeing some snow as well. And then as we go into 9 a.m., more of the same. Macon to Eatonton to just south of Athens, seeing a little bit of light snow. And then we start to run out of moisture, and this model also clears us very quickly into Sunday afternoon. And then one more model, because why not, right? We've got some scattered rain coming in again this evening. That's 9 o'clock. And then through the overnight hours, we see some snow toward the south. This is 3 o'clock Sunday morning. We've got some snow showers from Griffin southward. And then as we go into 6 a.m., more of the same, Griffin southward, seeing some of that snowfall. And then over toward Eatonton between 8 and 9 o'clock. And then the back edge of the snow is starting to get out. So, again, I mentioned we're looking at about a 3 to 4 hour window, I think, of where the best chance of that overlap of cold and moisture together to get something to stick. I think we may see flurries and light snow showers maybe as early as 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and things may linger toward 9 or 10 o'clock, but there's a reason that that winter weather advisory only goes from 3 to noon. There's really, in the grand scheme of things, a limited window of opportunity. The back edge of the clouds is out of the city by noon, and we'll have lots of sunshine in the city here into Sunday afternoon. So that's the latest here on what we're looking at. Moving forward into next week, we have sunshine to start the week. Many of you maybe have Monday off. It's going to be sunny and chilly at 47. Tuesday's going to be the coldest day at 41, starting off at 24 degrees. And then we do warm up back up into the 50s at the middle of next week, and maybe a few showers coming in by Thursday. Again, don't let this be the last time you check the forecast. Again, things can still change, but right now we are looking at that southern spot, southern counties, to see the best chance of snow showers tonight, late, and into tomorrow morning. Again, we will continue to keep you posted across all of our platforms, website, app, and here on Atlanta News First Plus. Back outside this morning, we have half a Ferris wheel in downtown Atlanta, some scheduled maintenance going on. I've got Megan Packer standing by with the latest on the Ferris wheel, Megan, but also some overnight news and the latest on what's happening across the metro.
Yes, Isaac, thanks. Good morning, everyone. Have no fear. The Skyview Atlanta will be back in service in about a month or so. But yeah, take a look at this. This is a pretty rare sight in downtown Atlanta. Unfortunately, any visitors coming into town right now, hoping to ride it, are out of luck for a while. Just some maintenance, so they're having to take it apart bit by bit, but it will be back. No worries. Good morning. Megan Packer here. You just got your forecast with Isaac, so hope everybody was listening. Lots to pay attention to for the weekend. I am tracking what's making news right now, so let's get right to it. Bunch of stories that our crews were on top of overnight, including a shooting investigation on Edgewood Avenue in Atlanta, and we just got brand new information about this. So take a look at this scene. I can tell you now that this was a triple shooting investigation. This is on Edgewood Avenue in the Sweet Auburn district of Atlanta. Happened around 2 o'clock this morning at the Happy Hour Bar and Lounge. Police just told us moments ago 3 men were shot here. They were alert, conscious, and breathing at the time officers arrived. No word on any arrests right now, so still a lot to learn from Atlanta police as they investigate. But this popular bar district has been the site of several shootings over the past year, including a mass shooting in August that led to more police officers in the area during peak hours. But again, the headline here this morning on Edgewood Avenue, 3 men shot at a business there early this morning. On I-85 in Brookhaven, there was a pretty bad crash that shut down southbound lanes for hours. You can see the traffic was at a standstill. This car just absolutely destroyed here in the middle of the highway. It was eventually opened up, but people coming south, coming into the city, were at this standstill for a while here. On 85 in Brookhaven in DeKalb County, we're still reaching out to police to find out details about this crash. And there is a headline out of Metro Atlanta that a lot of people are talking about this morning with what's going on across the country. A Mexican national has died inside of a Clayton County immigration detention center. The Mexican consulate in Atlanta says Aber Sanchez Dominguez died January 14th at the Robert A. Dayton Detention Facility in Lovejoy. The consulate says they are in contact with Immigration and Customs Enforcement and Dominguez's family. Now, the Gwinnett County Association of Educators wants ICE out of its county. The teachers union, representing the state's largest school districts, sent a letter to the sheriff of Gwinnett County saying parents are keeping students home because they are afraid of ICE. They also are asking the sheriff to stop working with ICE because it undermines learning. In Chambly, the police department there is mourning the loss of one of their officers. The police chief says Sergeant Locke Tran died from medical complications. Sergeant Tran was an Army veteran, a graduate of the Piedmont Technical College Police Academy, and had been with Chambly Police for more than 15 years, most recently serving as a criminal investigations sergeant. The 42-year-old is survived by his mother, brother, and sister. That is a look at your headlines on this Saturday morning. Of course, our First Alert weather team will be here all weekend long tracking the forecast, so stay close. Make sure you download our First Alert weather app as we keep a very close eye on what's happening with the forecast in case you are staying here at home. Maybe you have travel plans for this holiday weekend, so our team is dedicated to keeping you updated, not only on the forecast, but what's happening with the news across Metro Atlanta and North Georgia. I'm Megan Packer. Thanks so much for checking in with us here at Atlanta News First Plus, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you for watching ANF Plus. For more breaking news, live coverage, and your community stories, download the Atlanta News First app. You can also watch us on YouTube, Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. To join the conversation on YouTube Live, visit our channel and hit subscribe. You can also listen to the Atlanta News First podcast by searching Atlanta News First on your preferred listening platform.